In the 10th place is a game called Black State. Motion Blur Game Studio announced their new project, a third-person action-adventure game called Black State. The game combines elements of Metal Gear Solid-style spy action with reality-altering technology similar to Portal. The game is being developed on Unreal Engine 5, and the target platform is PC, but unfortunately there is no word about consoles. The plot of the game tells about a former legendary military man who is assigned by a mysterious architect to a mission to rescue a captured scientist and reveal the cause of the disaster. The protagonist finds himself in a strange place where complete uncertainty reigns. Each door hides behind it new secrets of the test, and the fighter will have to navigate through this treacherous labyrinth, not knowing what awaits him next. The development team has been working on the game for over 2.5 years. Inspiration is drawn from such franchises as Metal Gear Solid, and For The Last of Us and Uncharted promises a lot of gadgets, elaborate combat system, battles with bosses, fascinating plot, and incredibly beautiful graphics. But here the main thing is that they didn't forget about optimization. And then, the game looks quite beautiful. The developers have not announced the release date yet. As soon as there will be more news, I will be sure to share any information with you. On the 9th place is the game called Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra. Skydance New Media has fully announced Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra at the State of Unreal event. Title of the game, which was previously reported by insiders, has been confirmed after all. The action is being created on Unreal Engine 5. During the event, the studio showed a gameplay trailer, recorded, by the way, entirely on the game's real-time engine. The developers also showed a technical demo, demonstrating the quality of graphics and animations. New technologies are used in the creation of the title. Marvel production will be headed by a veteran of the game industry. This is the scriptwriter's creative director of the first 3 parts of Uncharted. The events of the game will unfold in Paris. The main characters of the action will be Captain America, Soldier Gabriel Jones, Black Panther, and Nan Eli, the spy from Wakanda. They will have to overcome differences to unite against the common enemy members of the criminal organization Hydra. Exactly which platforms the release will take place on is not yet known. In 8th place is a game called Bodycam. It is a purely PvP shooter, the creators of which, as I think, tired of waiting for some progress from the developers of Ready or Not and decided to take everything into their own hands, gathered in a pile the strong points of Ready or Not, added their mods, increased the volume of shots, and thinking that shoot-only bots niche is already occupied by everyone who can. And it turned out, I want to note, quite good. As for 2 developers, sure, nowadays, no one is not particularly surprised. Unreal Engine 5 works wonders, but here the guys tried and rolled out a really great image stylized under the record chest camera. And from this perspective, at first time, even somehow unusual and uncomfortable, but the immersion effects just incredibly. Maps also came out memorable, and we can say, even diverse. Here you will find the fiddling in the bushes, and Beck in the new buildings on some outskirts and country cottage somewhere in Oregon, and even a zone for playing strikeball there is, as well as a dynamic change of weather and time of day. Start playing in the middle of a clear day, no one prevents you to finish the game in the dark. In general, for those who are looking for PvP modes from Ready or Not, or for guys who do not spit from shooting in squad, is definitely worth a try. Even those who appreciate the closeness to real-life conditions will find something to enjoy in this game. On the 7th place is a game called Project M. The developers of Project M tried to surprise with a very unusual approach to promoting their product. At the beginning of the trailer, there is a digital copy of the creative director of the company, who revealed us all the necessary details about the game. The most interesting thing is that the voice of the director was generated with the help of TTS technology, which allows to turn the text into realistic human speech, and facial animations were already finalized with the help of artificial intelligence, adjusting the text to the facial expressions of the director. Project M is positioned as a rather ambitious project, which at the maximum level use all the possibilities of artificial intelligence and graphics, and squeeze Unreal Engine 5 just all the juices. The developers themselves call Project M interactive adventure action from a third person, in which the choice made by players will directly affect the development of the plot, and the ability to change and fully expand the basic plot of the game with the help of information obtained during the passage is one of its key features. But in general, I understand that it will be something like Heavy Rain or Detroit, only in South Korea. There is no release date for Project M yet. Nothing is clear on platforms yet either, but nevertheless, I don't know about you friends, but I was very impressed by the trailer. I'm looking forward to more news. In 6th place is a game called inZOI. The Sims is firmly entrenched in the gaming industry as the only full-fledged life simulator. Gamers were impressed by the announcement trailer of inZOI from the publisher of PUBG. PUBG. The game is practically indistinguishable from Sims, but looks like real life, all thanks to the Unreal Engine 5. One of the drawbacks of The Sims 4, the latest game in the series of life simulators, is the graphics. The game was released in 2014, and even then did not shine graphics. It's hard not to be impressed by the gameplay demo of inZOI. It seems to be as functional as The Sims. However, the graphics in the game is something absolutely unprecedented for this genre. Picture strikes realism and quality of animations. As for the gameplay, it reminds The Sims. inZOI can be engaged in the arrangement of apartments, office buildings, private homes, send your charges to work in various parties, do household chores, write pictures, play sports with friends, communicate with random passersby on the street, and have romances. Like The Sims, only in Korea, and with unprecedented level of graphics. Promise a release this year, but the exact date is not yet called. The life simulator will be released on PCs first, and later on consoles. And I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of The Sims game, but this game managed to interest me, and I'll probably try to play it at the release. In fifth place is The Witcher 4. After the release of the Cyberpunk DLC, the development of The Witcher 4 is a priority for CD Projekt Red. According to the studio's plan, by the end of the 2024 year, the production of the game will move to the stage of full-fledged. After that, only testing and polishing of the game will remain before release. The Witcher 4 is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. In a conversation with Forbes, CD Projekt Red head Adam Badowski said that at the moment on the new The Witcher is already working on a total of 403 developers, which is for a second two-thirds of the entire staff of the company CD Projekt. When the release of the next The Witcher will take place is still unknown. According to analysts, it will happen at the end of 2025 or at the beginning of 2026. Earlier, CD Projekt confirmed that the project will be the first game of the new trilogy The Witcher and will lay the foundation for sequels. The other two installments are due out within 6 years of the debut of the fourth installment. The only teaser for the new The Witcher to date shows the Link School medallion, which was not in the games or the books, and it appears that the creators have added a new school of monster slayers to the Witcher universe. As soon as there is more news, I'll be sure to let you friends know about The Witcher. In fourth place is a game called Perfect Dark. It looks like the new Perfect Dark has finally made it out of production hell. The game stopped by the Xbox presentation, and with gameplay footage. The action of the reboot takes place in the not-too-distant future. A series of catastrophes, dubbed Cascade, has descended upon the world. Entire regions of the Earth have become uninhabitable. Hyper Corporation has taken up the restoration of ecology in Cairo. There and will go secret agent Joanna Dar to find and detain the criminal Daniel Carrington. Developers promise a set of missions, each of which can be passed in different ways. Parkour, gadgets, stealth, hand-to-hand combat, and firearms to help you. Among the spy gadgets mentioned Emperor of Voices and NPC Scanner. What it means, I have no idea, but who played the original understands what we are talking about. Perfect Dark is being developed for PC and Xbox. No word on PlayStation yet. It's scheduled for release in the late 24th or early 25th year. In third place is a game called Pioner. I would call this game a hybrid of a first-person shooter and survival simulator in a post-apocalypse setting in the spirit of Stalker and Metro. The game is being developed in a studio that was founded by former developers of Stalker 2, Atomic Heart and Metro, so the guys are clearly experienced. The events of the project will unfold on the territory of the Soviet Union, isolated from the world after a man-made catastrophe and fell into decay, and of course, the appropriate entourage with various creatures, mutants, anomalia, artifacts. How without it? And of course, the overwhelming part of Pioner content, as they say, will come from the USSR. Cars, weapons, household items, and buildings here will be recreated at all one-to-one in the Soviet architectural style. The game will offer a large selection of all kinds of firearms, and each barrel will be different dodgers, improving or even changing the characteristics. Once on the island, the first time you just need to survive and get at least some weapons, armor, and equipment. Survival among aggressive and dangerous environment is the second important part of gameplay. The developers are counting on the balance between arcade and simulation. The game is scheduled for release this year. On what platforms besides PC the game will be released, it is still unknown. The second place is occupied by Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. During the Xbox presentation, partner preview presented a gameplay trailer of Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. This is a remake of the cult stealth action game Metal Gear Solid, released in the distant 2004 year. The game is being co-produced by Konami. The release is scheduled for next year, but there are rumors that the game could could be released as early as November 17th of the 24th year, on the 20th anniversary of the original game. But it's just a rumor, but it would be nice. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is based on Unreal Engine 5. The developers promise not only gorgeous graphics, but also to keep the main components of gameplay and, of course, the original story of the game. The published trailer shows some locations, the main character and gameplay elements, quite typical for the stealth action genre. The remake is created for PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series Serios. The authors did not name the release date, but perhaps the game will be released this year in November over the 20th anniversary. Well, and finally, the first place Chrono Odyssey. South Korean studio presented an impressive gameplay trailer of MMORPG on Unreal Engine 5. For the first time about this game became known back in December of the 20th year, when NPixel shared with us a trailer. However, this time there are more details. Developers have revealed the list of game platforms that will receive this wonderful project. Apparently, the graphics will be at the highest level. Multiplayer game with a huge, open, and seamless world. The project will realize dynamic battles, as well as various mechanics, raids for hundreds of people. The studio even promises a stunning plot. Of course, this is quite a loud statement, but as they say, time will tell. Everything will be in the spirit of South Korean MMORPGs. The game is being developed for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series. No release date has been announced. And the best news is that the developers immediately stated that the game will not be a donate dump. Donate in the game will be, of course, but the process of the game, it will not affect the game at all. In general, I hope that it will be so, and we were not deceived. We are waiting for more news about this rather interesting project. Thank you for watching. Write in the comments what game you are waiting for, and also subscribe to the channel, as all the next videos will be made just for you. With you as your gamer, everyone have a good day.